Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and it looks like we're pulling back a little bit here. I did buy the dip, and I put this out this morning after I bought the dip. The Fear and Greed Index, which you can see on CoinMarketCap when you go there. Anytime it's below 50, if I've got money to invest, is when I buy XRP. So I bought some this morning. You can fear away because I'm not afraid. I know exactly what's coming. Let me show you what's coming. And I put up here, the adults realized working with the government long ago. The Bitcoin fanatics are a little slow with their naive down with banks and down with the government BS, but we're glad to have them, a level playing field for all.
Yeah, so great question. And so, again, the Internet of Value is going to be so different from the first Internet because you're going to have three really different domains have to work together, right? Tech, capital, and compliance. And compliance just has an outsized, influence when it comes to money for obvious reasons. It's not going to change. It's just the reality. We sort of need to stop fighting that and just say that's just the way it is. But I think there's a lot of good news there. Throughout the world, fintech generally and blockchain specifically has become, kind of very, very popular with policymakers. So we have a stream of policymakers coming from all over the world, coming through our offices. So that's a very good dynamic. That's very different from 2 years ago. 2 years ago with the Mt. Gox collapse and some of the nonsense being spewed out by sort of these, libertarian Bitcoin fanatics, which was just not helpful at all. And thankfully, they've really Bitcoin community has done a great job of really adjusting. They've got lobbyists all over the world. They're wealthy.
Yeah, that's one of the things Jack Mallers said was so evil about Ripple is that they had lobbyists.
Funded much better. But, you have to take it seriously. You've got to get good compliance people involved in your startups really early. I know it's a pain, it's expensive, but you just got to do it. I'd say get some connections to policymakers. Don't spend too much time in Washington. It can be a real sinkhole. So you can get in that trap as well where you're, having a lot of meetings. While your competitors are getting ahead of you because you're spending too much time in Washington.
All right, and this is a really good reminder, folks. And I do mean grown men will weep when they realize Ripple is the Internet of Value. XRP the standard. Always has been. Remember when the congressman yesterday said this? And then I've tacked on the conversations about the Internet of Value over the years.
Internet 3.0 is what we're talking about today, and that's the Internet of Value.
Partnership in this next phase of the Internet, which is what they call the Internet of Value, the Internet of things of value, like money itself.
Yeah.
Chris Larson's his name, and what he said was that I don't know when this is going to happen, but the Internet of Value solved by blockchain is going to happen. What we have to do is make sure that we're around in the right position for when this thing takes off. And in 2013, like I mentioned early on, there was the volume across all exchanges was so small. It was really hard to use this technology for anything meaningful.
Yeah.
But we started building the infrastructure. We started investing in exchanges around the world. Putting those partnerships together, and guess what? When the thing took off, we were there.
And when we talk about the Internet of Value at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It just so happens cross-border payments with institutions is the niche that we're focused on right now.
So is that how we can enable the world to freely transact values by using the proper protocol layer, which is the interledger?
Interledger payments plus digital assets could be that Internet of Value, that way to move value all around the world.
So we need that Internet of Value to be developed. And that's what we spend our time working on, is a replacement for SWIFT and correspondent banking. How do you get all of the payment providers, all of the wallets onto ILP? And then how do you use XRP as on-demand liquidity so that all of these providers don't have to keep balances all over the world because the process is so inefficient.
Oh, it's all been there for you to see, but all the children didn't want to see it. MicroStrategy to announce Q4 earnings. Investors watch. MicroStrategy's been teasing that this was a big strategy day. Turns out they did a name change. They're now going to call it Strategy B. I would have called it Strategy Enron, but I didn't get to name it. Then Ripple has a new partner alert. They RLUSD, a trusted, transparent, regulated stablecoin built for payments, is now available for trading on Zero Hash X and the Revolut app. And Anders remind us Revolut has over 50 million customers. And then Bank XRP, Zero Hash expands stablecoin offerings with the addition of RLUSD. Platforms powered by Zero Hash can now leverage RLUSD for transactions. How about them apples? And then from Eleanor Terra, new big claim. Just now, Mike Ring, CEO of Old Glory Bank, that regulators coordinated across agencies, the FDIC through FIL 1622 and the SEC through SOB 121 to choke out banks acting as crypto custodians and to stop the demand for deposit services. He says it can't be a coincidence that the agencies put these directives out at the same time in April 2022. Well, you had Dirty Gary over at the SEC, and then you had all the other dirty people working at the Fed and the FDIC, and they were all working in conjunction with Senator Elizabeth Warren, who I just saw in a video today. She's saying we need to get to the bottom of all of these people that have been debanked, trying to act like she's been an innocent bystander when she was directly involved. She is one of the most comfortable liars I've ever seen. I guess that's what Washington does to you. Look at this from Charles Hoskinson. To give you a sense of how big the upcoming bull market is for crypto, we just absorbed a downturn that was larger than the collapse of Luna or FTX and have already nearly recovered $710 billion in losses and 740,000 traders liquidated in 24 hours. 2025 is crypto's year. And he's been in all the meetings there at the White House. And then I always feel sorry for these poor kids, man, every time I see it. This is Aiden Ross and FaZe Banks discuss XRP in front of 120,000 people. You guys like XRP or no? And I said here, there will be a great gnashing of teeth when they finally realize they've been lied to. Bitcoin is the meme coin. It was always XRP.
You guys like XRP or not?
It's so insane. Why do you think it's a good coin, Frank?
It just goes up often. Like, I don't know. It's like got this narrative. That's it.
So you like XRP?
But like not as a. It's like a normie coding coin.
I hate it, but that's probably why you should buy it.
If you already hold it, it's like keep holding.
I think it's the biggest meme coin on earth.
Man,
it's like X.
Boy, have they been lied to. Turnabout is fair play, folks. Looky what we have here. The SEC reassigns head of litigation and top crypto litigator Jorge Tenreiro to its IT department per Wall Street Journal. Now, this is of major significance, folks. You know why? Well, look what I asked Grok. Which SEC attorney is in charge of the Ripple appeal? Jorge Tenreiro is in charge of the Ripple appeal for the SEC. He's actually the one, I think he's the one that signed off on, I mean, he was the head guy in charge of the Ripple case, is my understanding. This is huge, not just for Ripple, but for crypto. And I did ask the question, did we just see the end of the Ripple case? How do you keep the appeal going if the lead attorney is now in the IT department working on cables? I hope that's what he's working on. And then we got this. Ondo Finance launches a platform to bring U.S. stocks, bonds, and ETFs on chain. Folks, this, you want to talk about liquidity? This is mega liquidity. And this is the same Ondo Finance. Didn't they announce a partnership with Ripple this week? And I know that David Schwartz is going to the Ondo Finance Summit, which is, I think, is in New York, maybe this week. And the reason I remember that is because Bill Hinman is going to be a speaker there too. You couldn't make this stuff up if you freaking tried, folks. I mean, we live in a sick world, and I showed you in the last video that Empower Oversight is now suing the SEC to release the Hinman IG report. Even the supposed good guys, Hester Pierce and Mark Uyeda, don't seem to want to get that Hinman IG report and be transparent with it and release it to the public. Okay, we're going to go in DAIXRP.com. Got a lot more to cover. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Away we go.